Welcome to Daily English Podcast. Let us learn English together.
Hey, welcome back. I am Jay.
And I am Sarah. And if you are watching us for the first time, hello. We are so happy you are here.
This is Daily English Podcast, and what we do here is simple. We have real conversations about real topics in real natural English so that you can listen, learn, and improve your English every single day just by enjoying a good conversation.
No textbooks, no boring grammar lessons, just two people talking honestly about things that actually matter in life. And you learn English naturally just by being part of the conversation.
And today's topic? Oh, this one is going to make you think.
It is going to make you look at your phone very differently after this.
We are asking one question today. Is technology making us lonely?
Think about it for a second. You have your phone, you have social media, you have WhatsApp. You are connected to hundreds of people at all times. But do you ever still feel lonely?
If your answer is yes, then this episode is made exactly for you. Stay with us because this conversation is going to be very real, very honest, and very interesting.
Let us get into it.
Let me tell you something that happened to me recently. I went to meet some friends, people I really like, people I had not seen in weeks, and we sat down together, and within 5 minutes, every single person at that table was on their phone.
Oh no, that is so uncomfortable.
And the worst part was, I was on my phone too. I did not even realize I had taken it out. It just happened automatically, like my hand moved on its own.
That is actually scary when you think about it, because it means we're not even making a choice anymore. Our brain just goes to the phone without us deciding to do it.
Exactly. And that's when I started thinking, are we actually connected to each other anymore? Or are we just physically in the same room while our minds are somewhere completely different?
I think about this all the time because I live alone, and sometimes I can go a whole day without having one real conversation with another person. And I don't feel lonely in that moment because my phone is always there. Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, something is always happening.
But then at night, when everything is quiet and you put the phone down, that's when it hits you. That emptiness, that feeling that something is missing but you can't quite say what it is.
Yes, that feeling. That is what I think is the real loneliness that technology creates. It keeps you busy enough that you don't notice, but it never actually fills you up.
That is such a perfect way to say it. Technology keeps us busy, but it doesn't keep us full. And there's a very big difference between those two things. Okay, let us talk about social media, because this is where it gets really interesting. We have more ways to connect with people than ever before in human history. Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, the list goes on and on.
And yet, studies show that people today feel more lonely than any generation before us. More lonely than people who lived 50 years ago, before any of this technology existed.
And that tells us something very important. More connection does not mean less loneliness. In fact, it might be doing the opposite.
I think the problem is the type of connection. When I like someone's photo on Instagram, that feels like connection. But is it really? They don't know how I'm feeling today. I don't know what's really going on in their life. We're just pressing buttons at each other.
Pressing buttons at each other. I love that, because that's exactly what it is. It feels like connection, but it has no depth, no warmth, no realness.
And the worst part of social media is that everyone looks happy. Everyone looks successful. Everyone looks like they have the perfect life. And when you compare your real, ordinary life to those perfect pictures, you start to feel like something is wrong with you.
And that comparison, that feeling of not being enough, that's another form of loneliness. You feel alone even when you're surrounded by hundreds of people online.
Completely agree. And I think this is why so many young people today are struggling. They grew up with social media. It's all they know. And they feel more lonely and more anxious than any generation before them.
And it's not their fault. Nobody told them that those perfect pictures are not real life. Nobody told them that likes and followers have nothing to do with real love and real friendship. Okay, now I want to be fair here, because technology is not all bad, and I think it is important to say that.
Yes, absolutely. Because without technology, I would not be able to talk to my family who live far away. I would not be able to video call my grandmother every Sunday, and that call means everything to both of us.
Exactly. And think about people who move to a new city or a new country. Technology is what keeps them connected to home, to the people they love. Without it, they would feel truly isolated.
And honestly, this podcast, the fact that we can talk right now and someone in India or Japan or Brazil can listen to us and feel less alone in their English learning journey, that is because of technology. And that is a beautiful thing.
So, technology itself is not the problem. The way we use it is the problem.
Yes, there is a big difference between using technology to deepen your relationships and using it to replace your relationships.
When you video call someone you love, that is technology bringing you closer. When you spend 3 hours scrolling through strangers' photos instead of calling your best friend, that is technology pulling you apart.
And most of us, if we're honest with ourselves, are doing much more of the second one than the first one.
I know I'm guilty of that. There are people in my life I have not called in months, but I have seen every single one of their Instagram stories.
That is so real and a little bit sad when you say it out loud like that.
It is sad, but it's also very fixable, and that's the good news. So what do we actually do about this? Because awareness is good, but awareness alone does not change anything.
The first thing I think we all need to do is be more intentional. That word intentional means doing something on purpose, with a clear reason, not just because your hand automatically reached for the phone.
I started doing something small recently. When I sit down to eat, I put my phone in a different room just for that 30 minutes. And it feels uncomfortable at first, but then it feels really good, like I am actually tasting my food and actually thinking my own thoughts.
That is such a simple thing, but it makes such a big difference. Because when your phone is not there, you start to notice things: the food, the sounds around you, your own feelings.
Another thing I think is really important: call people, not text. Not WhatsApp message. Actually call them, hear their voice, because there is something in a person's voice that a text message can never give you.
Yes, I got a voice message from my friend last week, and she sounded tired and a little sad, and I immediately called her and we talked for an hour, and she told me she had been going through something really hard, and I would never have known that from her messages, because her messages always sound fine.
And that is the danger of text-only communication. You cannot hear the feelings behind the words. You only see the words, and words without feelings are just information, not connection.
And the last thing I want to say, and this one is my favorite, is to protect your real friendships, the people who actually show up for you in real life. Make time for them. Put them in your calendar if you have to, because real friendship needs real time, and real time means putting the phone away.
Okay, so, is technology making us lonely? What do you think, Sarah? After this whole conversation, what is your honest answer?
I think technology gives us the choice. It can bring us closer or it can pull us apart. And the difference is how we use it. Technology is not the enemy. Mindless scrolling is the enemy. Replacing real people with screens is the enemy. But technology itself, used with care and intention, can actually make our relationships stronger.
I completely agree with that. And I think the most important thing anyone can do after listening to this conversation is one simple thing. Think of one person in your life that you have not really talked to in a while and reach out to them today. Not a text, not a like on their photo, an actual call, or better yet, make a plan to meet them.
Because at the end of the day, no amount of followers, no number of likes, no perfectly filtered photo will ever replace the feeling of sitting across from someone you love, drinking a cup of tea, and talking about real life.
That is the most human thing there is.
And we never want to lose it.
So thank you for spending this time with us today. It means more than you know.
And before you go, we have one small request. If this conversation made you think, if it made you feel something, please give this video a like. It takes 1 second and it helps so many more people find this podcast and feel less alone in their own journey.
And subscribe to Daily English Podcast if you are not already part of our family. We come here every single day with real conversations just like this one.
And drop a comment below and tell us, do you think technology is making us lonely? We want to hear exactly what you think, because your opinion matters to us, every single one of you. See you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves, and never forget to put the phone down sometimes and look up. The best things in life are right there in front of you. Goodbye, everyone.